Hello everyone, welcome to your channel Data Science Studio, and today we are going to start with day 14 of Python programming for data science. So let's get started. So in this session we'll be starting with Pandas, which is a very important tool for data processing and exploratory data analysis task. It is very important from data cleaning perspective as well, and Python actually contains two data structures in Pandas that facilitates data cleaning and processing faster and convenient in Python. And Pandas is actually designed to work with tabular data when we are talking about data frames. So now when starting with series, so in today's session we'll be seeing couple of methods that we use more frequently when we are working with series. So first of all, we have to understand what is a series. So series is like a single column in a table, and it is a one-dimensional array object containing sequence of values and its associated labels. So it contains the values as well as associated labels, which we call it as index. So if you have to create a series, you can create it via the list like this, and you can pass the list into the series method of the Pandas. Now to import all the functionalities of Pandas, you have to import this library as import pandas as pd, and you can import numpy as well, because some of the places we are using numpy functions. So here if we run this code, here you can see that the series is printed and the type is pandas core.series. It is a series object. It has a associated index, which we call it as labels. By default, it will give a numeric value starting from 0 and all the values. You can also pass the index as the explicit parameter while creating the series like this. So now the index is changed to A, B, C, D, E, F like that. Now one way of creating a series we have seen via a list. Another way we can create this series is via the dictionary. So what happens when you are using a dictionary to create a series? The key will become the index and the values will become the items or observations of the series. Same way like this. Indexing and slicing is almost similar to what we have seen in our previous lectures as well. It is the same using the square brackets, and you have to pass the index. So here are a couple of examples. We are printing from index 1 to 5, and we are printing the reverse of the series, and we are actually creating a new series B over here, which contains elements of series A from 1 to 5. So there are multiple ways in which you can slice and dice your data based on the indexing, and the indexing concept is similar to what we have seen in our previous sessions as well. Now another important method is absolute method. So absolute method actually returns an absolute value, which is a positive value for each element in a series. So here I am creating a series from a dictionary, so it will convert all my negative values to positive values like this. The next method is aggregate. So aggregate method is actually aggregates or groups your series based on the functions you are passing as a parameter. So there are two versions of aggregate. One is AGG and one is aggregate in itself, and there is a slight difference. Here what we are doing, we are passing the function explicitly with the parameter func equal to sum, and here we are calculating length, and here we are finding the max of the value. So if you run this, it will give me the output like this. So in case of AGG function, we are passing function as a explicit parameter with its value as the function name. In case of aggregate, it does the same thing, but we are simply following passing the function as the parameter directly. It gives the same output. Next method is count. So count is a method returns the number of non-null observations present in the dataset. So it will exclude the null count if there is any null value present in it. So if you want to count this value, the count of value is 6. It will count the total number of observations in a series. There is another method which is called as index minimum and index maximum. So if you want to identify in a series what is the minimum and maximum value of the index, you can make use of this function. So the minimum index is A and the maximum index is F. Drop duplicates is another important method which is used to drop the duplicates present in a series. So here I have couple of duplicates like 670, and we'll see if this is dropped. So it will drop the duplicate values, and you can see that we have index from A to G only, and H is removed because of duplicates. If you want to convert your data type of the series, you can make use of the AsType functionality. So here I have a series and I am converting that series into string and float using the AsType method. So AsType is used to convert your series into string or float or any other data type. So here it is a D type is a object which is a string, and here D type is a float. Next method is describe method. So if you want to understand the descriptive statistics of your data, by descriptive statistics I mean the mean, median, mode, standard deviation and the quantile values, you can go for the describe method. Since it is a integer series, you have integer data, you are getting all these metrics. And if it is a categorical data, you will get count, you will get max, you will get min. So in case of continuous data, you are getting all these values in the series. Next important method is apply method. So this method is used to apply a function on all observations of a series. So for example, let's say that I am creating a series and I am applying a lambda function. So this will be applied on all observations of the data. So each observation I am dividing by 2. That is the first operation I am performing. Second operation is in the same series I am passing a power function and I am converting each observation to the power of 3. And the third operation which I am performing, I am doing exponential of each of the observations. 3 observations I am performing by way of passing 3 different functions. So here you can see the first operation is actually divides all the observations by 2. Second is it creates the observation to the power of 3, and third is the exponential of all the observations. So apply is a very important method in the series if you want to apply a function to all the observations of the dataset. There is a similar function which is map. So map works slightly differently, because map also you can pass a function like we have seen in apply, but in addition to that you can also change the values of the series observations. So for example, I want to change all these values to a new value. So I can use the map function to change all the values, and there is a parameter called as na_action equal to ignore. So if there is any null value present in the series, you can make use of ignore so that this map will not be applicable for that null values. So here you can see the difference. So in the first case, I am actually multiplying the series by 2, all the observations by 2, and in the second case I am actually changing the values of the series using the map function. The next important function is explode. So let's say that if your series contains multiple items, like a series contains integers, series contains a list or a dictionary, then each observation within a list and outside of list will converted in a row. So this explode, what it will do, it will explode all the elements of the list as a single element. So in this particular list, ABC is a single observation as a list, but when you explode it, it is converted into 3 rows. So explode is sometimes useful when you have multiple data types within a series. Now next method is fill NA. Fill NA is a very important method if you want to fill the null values with a specific value in a series. So here I am filling the null values with the 180 in place equal to true. In place equal to true means that I need not create a new series and assign a value like this. The changes will be made onto the series like this only, because in place is equal to true, like this. So the main series will be changed when in place equal to true. If in place is false, then you have to create a assignment as well, so that it makes changes to the series like this. Next is n smallest. So if you want to find the number of smallest values based on the parameter passed, you can make use of the n smallest function. So n smallest method, here I am trying to find the top 3 smallest values in the dataset. So it will give me in the series like this. Next is n unique. N unique is also a very important method. So if you want to find the number of unique values in a series, you can make use of n unique method. Like this. So there are 4 unique values in the series. You can also convert your series into a dictionary or to a data frame or to a Numpy by using the toDict, toFrame and toNumpy method. So if you convert this into dictionary, your index will be converted into key and your values, observations will be converted into values. Similarly, you can convert a series into a data frame, and you can pass a explicit parameter which is name, which is the name of the data frame like this. So it will be, series will be converted into a single column data frame. Similarly, you can convert this series into a Numpy array using to_Numpy method. And there is another important method which is where. So where method actually replaces values where the condition evaluates to false. So first, if you are seeing series A dot where series A is greater than 300. So we'll see what is happening. So wherever it is greater than 300, it is wherever the value evaluates to true, it will give the values, or else it will give null values, which means that it is false, evaluating to false. Now if you want to impute or if you want to replace the null values, you have to pass the values as well. So wherever series is greater than 300, it will give the value at that particular observation, or else it will replace it with 250. So here you can see. So it is replacing it with 250. Now these are some of the very important methods that you can use when we are talking about series. In our next session, we will be starting with Pandas data frame, and there will be a couple of sessions because Pandas data frame is a very important topic from data exploration perspective. So please subscribe, like and comment your channel and provide your valuable feedback, and stay tuned, stay connected. Thank you.